everyone, welcome to my Sunday Facebook Live. I always have a reason for being late. I had just a slight toe emergency upstairs. Joshua stubbed his toe on the big metal fan that sat on the floor of his room. It's still attached, good news. It's slightly red, but yeah, I shouldn't laugh. I'm not laughing at him, but always something. Hello. How are we all doing? Have you had a good weekend? I had an extra Facebook Live with the Artisan team, well, on my page, but the Artisan team were doing some extra lives with the projects. So if you haven't already, go and check out the links on the hop, and you can check in with the other girls around the world through the month of September. I am going to be using the promotion papers this evening for a few more cards, and I'm just going to be making some quick and easy cards, I hope. Mixing a bit of the old with the new and the promotion papers. So this is the card that I'm going to be making, but I'm going to make 6 of these so that you see each side of the designer series paper. So it's this is the cookie cutter. So this is in the main catalogue. It's not a new one this year. It's one that's been out for a while now, but is very sweet for kind of kids cards and bits and pieces like that. The punch that goes with it is the like gingerbread man styly punch, but that also punches out your reindeer. And I've just paired that up with the new Sprigs punch for some glittery so super cute. So that's what we're going to be making. This is the promotion paper, so I've already pre-chopped, so we've got all this lovely Christmassy paper, so all lovely double-sided. So I'm going to just flip the camera around and we'll just get making. So these should be fairly quick and simple, good for kind of kids cards as well. So let me take the camera. I think we're kind of there. Let me move my coffee just so it doesn't go all over my desk. So the card bases are, they come in packs of 20. I'm saying that off the top of my head. Let me just quickly find them. They are there we go. So you might not spot them if you're just quickly flicking through the catalogue, but they're just tucked here. So you get 20 cards, 20 envelopes, and you can either choose the gold or the silver. And the envelopes are lined. Let me just grab one of them. They are kind of got the edging on them as well, so they make a nice envelope. They are slightly, I think I said this before, I used these on the tag one the other week. They're slightly sort of squatter than a normal C6 card, but nice for a change. So I've cut the designer series paper to, put my upside down, 9 by 12 centimetres. Liz, you're on my wavelength. Why do we need to choose? Just buy both. It solves the problem. Then we don't have to pick, and it gives you 40 lovely cards. So I've left a little white border. So I'm just going to pop those. Just by chopping the paper, it just gives a quick background. I thought we'd do some silver ones as well. So, I thought I'd get the cookie cutter set out because hasn't been out since last year. Georgie, hello. How are you? That one. And then this one is like newsprint with kind of Christmas random bits and bobs on. The print is actually green on the, I don't know if it's white or vanilla actually on that particular side, but it's not a black and white print. It is a green and, yeah, I'm gonna say white. It is green and white print. So there we go. So they are done super quick. Put them to one side, and then the strips of white are. Just grab my trimmer. So I've just done the strips. I think I did them at 1 inch. Yeah. And I just did them to the size of the paper. So this is where I kind of flip-flop between measurements. So either 9 or 3.5 inches. So we'll go 9 centimetres. And then I'd want 5 of those. 3, 4, 5. So I'm just measuring to the inch on that side of the line. Lisa says they take extra postage. Is that found to be true? I'm thinking that's a US mailing thing. I may or may not. I'm going to say I think it's a US thing. And I believe it was something to do. I've read a discussion somewhere. Something to do with the envelope having the foiling on it and it not being able to be picked up through the readers. I may be talking complete nonsense. So I haven't actually looked that up myself. So I know, I think in the UK would be good to send these. No extra postage on those. Right, I'm going to use the Merry and Bright. So if I do 1, maybe red. So I'm chatting to myself. So I'm using Cherry Cobbler, which is great Christmas red. So I want 2 more of them. And then I'm going to clean that up and then use the garden green. Kathleen says most of my cards here require postage. Me too, to be honest, Kathleen. Although these cards don't specifically require it, I put so many dimensionals on my cards, they very often end up being a large letter. Right, that is the green. So you can get a bit of a production line going, particularly with Christmas cards. You don't necessarily want to make all your cards a one-off. Nice for the really special ones, but depends on how many you're making. Morning, Chris. It's 5 AM. That's my work time get up when I'm having to drive, but on a normal day, 5 AM only happens once. 3, 4. So this is the vellum, which is nice just for extra layers and bits and pieces. Kim, you got me live. Hello. Hello. Let me just do my bit of housekeeping whilst that's, okay, that's that. And then we want some white layers, so I can use that extra piece. So this is the 2-inch punch. So again, 5 of those. So get those done. And then, what else do we need? Oh, we need the actual We need the actual reindeers. So let's put them to one side, ready for assembly. And so we're going to do the reindeer in the Memento Black because I'm going to colour it with the blends. And let me just think about this. I don't suppose it matters because I've got a thin strip. I'm not worried about the antlers because we're making our own. So I've got those. And then we want some red noses. So we want 5 red noses. And I kind of think I could use my Facebook Live to create all my Christmas cards. It would be a good thing to do, wouldn't it? I could mass produce my Christmas cards on a Sunday evening. And in a few weeks I would be done with all the ones I need. Right, so cut those. Cut that out. You could, if you wanted to, colour the stamp with the markers. So you could colour the outside black with a black marker and then just colour the nose so you could stamp it all in a one. I can show you that in a minute, but I wanted the nose raised up, so it kind of was easy enough to do it this way. And Andy says, "Oh boy, watching you cut. Are you? I feel like people should be scared for my fingers. Sorry, I'm like speed cutting." The trick is definitely using the back of the scissors and then moving them around. Julia, hello. I think I'm going to do my Facebook Lives regularly at like 8:30. I sometimes flip between 8 and 8:30, but to be honest, by the time I've had my dinner and sorted out, 8:30 kind of works well. Joshua's headed up to bed. I've had a chance to sort out, so kind of it seems to work well. That out the way. Okay, so we're going to colour these in a wanna. I've got the I know, Liz, it says not using your dominant hand. I know, I write left-handed. I do pretty much everything else right-handed. I'm just a bit weird like that. Right, so light crumb cake, dark crumb cake. I had the dark black out because I had used them for the eyes earlier, and then the pink, which is light flirty flamingo. So for those that haven't used these are alcohol markers, so different to felt tips in as much that they will blend, hence the name. So you can lay down the dark edge, and I'm just going to do that on each of them. And then I probably wouldn't do like a whole sheet of these like this. I'd probably colour them one at a time because oh, thank you, Angie. She's talented, not weird. Yeah. The darker ink will I wouldn't say dry as such, because it is dry, but it'll be harder to sort of blend the two colours together. Whereas when you first colour it, I'm going to use the thicker end. How big did I cut the DSP? This DSP, Liz. I'll give it a second for you to just respond. The bits that are on there. I cut it to, I only measured it a minute ago, brain like a sieve, 9 by 12 centimetres. So those bits were 9 by 12. And they fit with the white border. At that size they've got a white border, and obviously if you don't want the white border then you'll just need to measure it up a little bit, probably another ½ centimetre. So 9.5 by why are you apologising? It's me who couldn't remember the measurements. Yeah, if you want to get rid of that white border, just go up another ½ centimetre. So generally, like layers, I'll go up by ½ centimetres. Just blend that out. Use the other end. It's quicker. I'm trying to do that. And then once they are coloured, oh, missed that one. These are really easy to colour. They're just essentially just a bit of brown. They're a good one to kind of practice on. And then the Flirty Flamingo Light, I've just put some touches of pink inside the ears. And then some little cheeks. Cute. That's him, I think. I think. So then you can, yeah, then you can use the punch. So the gingerbread punch will cut this out. Evening, Donna. Or is it, must be morning for you. Oh, my thing's popped out. I'll sort that later. That one. Oh, I've chopped his ear off. Oh, I'm going to have to cut that one. Let me do that first. I'm going to lop his ear off. He's been in a fight. He's injured. Right. We can round that off. It's fine. Just give him a bit of surgery. It's fine. There we go. See? No one will notice. It's all good. I'm going to cut them off anyway. There you go. He's fine. These ones, I've now got a small bit of paper to try and get into the punch. That one, and then last one. You might be, yeah. There we go. I'll fix the punch later. Heather, evening. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. That one with his floppy ear. Right, we're going to get rid of the antlers. Not that there's anything wrong with the antlers on this particular image. They are cute, but I want them to be glittery. So we're going to chop those ones off, and then I'm going to use the sprig punch, which is new in the autumn winter catalogue. Okay, get rid of those. Right, glimmer. I do love the glimmer paper. Right, this one. I might actually hold up. I'm going to just grab some silver out my drawer. Silver. Get some silver as well. Then it'll match the border of the card, so that'll be nice. Those. Right, I think we're nearly there. We've got all the bits to assemble. So we just need some tear and tape on the back. Oh, throwing away noses. Look, I've lost some noses now. Trying to be too tidy. Oh well, some might not have red noses tonight. Let's see how it goes. Right, tape. So this is the tear and tape. Just because the wet glue will hold, but it can be a bit slower drying with the glimmer. Look at that. Oh. There we go. Cute. And let's pop that on. Pop that on the circle. That's one done. And you can imagine a whole like line-up of these, couldn't you? They'd be so... There's something about having a whole lineup of them, like if you had like say 100 of them or something crazy, they would look fab, wouldn't they? They'd look good on packaging as well, so like if you were doing Christmas crackers or things like that, you could match up. They would look like a band or a napkin, kind of a napkin ring holder thing. Anyone who doesn't normally watch me, this is the first time, you'll know I don't have many words. I can't get my words out on a Sunday evening. Right. Everything's a thingamy-bob, or a whatchamacallit. Right, that on there. That's cute. Is anyone else loving making their Christmas stuff at the minute? I know it's only September. I do know, but just having the new stuff, isn't it? Last one. Dan, are you going to make your own Christmas cards? How are you? Right, they are done, and then we're just going to layer them to some of the vellum. So I'm just putting a tiny bit of glue on that and just offset the vellum to one side. And put that on there. They don't need to be exactly the same, so I'm just gives it an extra layer. If you wanted to, you could have like this in a gold or a silver foil as well. That would look pretty snazzy. And last one, nearly there. So put those out of the way. I'm sure I've just swept it that way and all the noses have disappeared. They'll be here somewhere. Ah, found them. There they are. They were hiding. Right, can you see the mat okay? Been watching all the way through and just realised I need to click. Wondered how you saw the comments. Oh. I can see the comments over, like, so the comments scroll up as I, so I can say Dan is watching. Oh. So it's fun. Right. I was going to go, so green on that one. So we can just do a bit of mix and match. So green on that one. I think green on that one. And then we've got definitely a green sentiment on that one. And red. And last one. I never make my Christmas cards all year round. I always end up making them. People who know me will know that I say get me words out. Inevitably, I am making the card as I write them. So I'll make a card, write a card, make a card, write a card. I do loads of classes. And so I do have a few, but never quite enough. So I promised myself this year that as I do classes and as I make cards, I'll make 10 more of those every time I do a class. Hopefully then by the time I get to the beginning of December, I might actually have the cards to send on time. So, right, these are just going to pop up on dimensionals. I have dimensionals, we'll be pleased to know. Dimensionals are in the house. So, stick them on there. Lisa says I need to stop watching you as my wish list gets bigger each time. Yeah, sorry about that. Enabling. It happens to me as well, Lisa. I have to say, I watch other people's videos, or as soon as I look on Pinterest, I'm like, well, that wasn't on my list. What was the one I saw the other day? Oh, I bought the Memories and More of the Santa and the Mr. and Mrs. Claus and stuff, and I thought that'll be enough. That'll just kind of, that'll be enough to get me by with that set. I don't need the set and the dies. Ugh, I keep seeing such lovely stuff with it. I've now had to order it. So yeah, that's on its way. It's funny, isn't it? The things that we kind of have on our list at the beginning, and then you see other stuff made that hadn't even gone on your radar. We just need it all, don't we? We need just one of everything. That would be nice. And last one. There's something very therapeutic about a bit of a production line of cards going on. I do quite like making, don't get me wrong, I do like making the one-offs, but when you sort of have your design and you know what you're making a bunch at once is quite nice. Right, and then they just need their noses. So for this, I'm just going to put the small dimensional. If you don't have the mini dimensionals, you could just chop a big one. So there you have it. So just raised up. Let's pop the others on there. Oh, that one was slightly squint. And of course, if you don't have the dashing along papers, then any of the Christmas papers would work well with this. And it's a nice way to see all the different patterns on each of the papers as well, because I think we're all a bit guilty of buying the papers and then not really wanting to use them. Yeah, Kathleen says it's very relaxing once you have a plan. It is. It really is. It's like you can just stick a film on. You can sit there and punch, you know, 20 antlers out. You can sit and colour. It's, yeah, you can have, once you've got your design made, you can have an evening then of making, can't you? There we go. Ta-da! So they are simple cards, but I think, and they would make a lovely gift as well. Like I always say this with sets of cards. I am a fan of sort of a gift set, but there you go. So you've got them all lined up. Ta-da! Oh, thanks, Dan. I always pull out the acetate boxes, so these are my kind of go-to boxes for a set of cards as well. If you haven't seen these, if you've not seen these before, for anyone who's watched my live, you will have seen these. But these are I can't think, 6 in a pack, 10 in a pack, maybe 10 in a pack. I'd need to look them up. But then you can just pop them kind of back to back, and then they would slide in. Whoop. And then you can put your envelopes down the centre as well. So if we had, say, 3 of them and 3 of them, you could then pop them in there as well. I'm not going to do that just now, but you get the idea. And then if you wanted to, you could just put like a band of the paper or a band of the vellum around the outside, and then you could decorate that with the same topper, and that would make a great gift. Or you could, if you're into doing kind of craft fairs and things like that, you could maybe sell the packets of them at the sort of as a bundle, which would work really well as well. So let me just turn the camera back around. Hope you enjoyed those. I don't know what time it is actually. I'm just gonna have a look. Oh, 9:07. So not too bad. I've only been 40 minutes and that's 6 Christmas cards done. So there we go. I am, what have I got on this week? Got a blog hop? No, I haven't got any blogs going live, I don't think. Bits and bats, but nothing that I can think of. Otherwise, I shall be back on Sunday live, so I'll be back next week, 8:30 again, and no doubt it'll be more Christmas stuff because I put an order in. So I've got more stuff coming. I've got the trees. I'm excited for the trees. So yeah, I will see you all soon. Thank you everyone. Bye.